Hello travellers, and welcome to a very special episode of the Whispers of Lindwurm. This is Hoopoe whispering into your ears the updates about the Warcraft universe and its game. At this moment is taking place our GenCon seminar in Indianapolis, but just for those of you that couldn't make it there, this is the video with all the information collected just for you travellers. We're going to do an overview about what we know already about Warcrow, the upcoming fantasy war game by Corvus Belli. We know that this is a brand new game, meaning that it's not similar to anything we have developed up to this point, and we are all very, very excited about this project. The story takes place in our new fantasy setting, the universe of Lindwurm, and the first product will be a battle pack for 2 players, and in this box we'll offer you 14 miniatures, 7 for the illustrious hegemony of Umbersig and 7 for the northern tribes, the 2 first armies you will be able to play with. Let's meet them again, because we know that you love seeing miniatures, so here's what we have. From the hegemony, we have the Bucklerman, the Frostfire Herald, the War Sojourn and Drago, the Hetman. And the northern tribes come with the Hunters, the Evoker, the Wise Men and Alborg, the Wrathmane. You can perfectly play with everything contained in this battle pack. Perfectly. You already know a bit of this, but in our war game we have 6 main factions. We have the northern tribes, our alliance of orcs and varang, the lethal warriors from the Boreal lands. We have, of course, the illustrious hegemony of Umbersig, a cosmopolitan empire formed by humans, Rent dwarves and Aestari elves. There is also Mount Haven, the great dwarf nation, who are following unquestioningly the master plan. There is Feudum, land of priestesses and knights, followers of the 2 moons religion, Stellas and Losna. We have Sienan, the elves from the forest, hidden in the woods, and with a very strong bond with nature. And lastly, but definitely not least, we have the scions of Yalda Bowls, followers of the architect of flesh, willing to defy the very limits of existence. Do you wish to know which faction resonates more with you? We have a terrific test that you can take at Warcrow.com to see which of the nations of this world is closer to you in mindset. This is a game of units, and units can be formed by a single or multiple miniatures. Some of these individual profiles can join other units. In this game, activations alternate between players. For each turn, each player will have 1 activation. We use colorful dice with symbols in this game, and this incorporates the switches to the roles. You can exchange the symbols for effects. This is a game of position, thus the location will be key on the board. Great importance. The victory points necessary to win the scenarios are obtained principally by conquering targets. We have our own measurement called the stride, and we use 2 rulers to roam the board, a larger, longer, slimmer one and a shorter one. This measure is not equivalent to an inch nor to a centimeter. It is proportional to the size of our model's base. The miniatures will be made in plastic produced at home, here at Corvus Belli. Now that we've gotten acquainted with all the troops at the starting box, we are giving you an extra update. Our next product for sale will be a complementary box to this previous one to extend the variety of troops and profiles. This box will contain 6 miniatures, 3 per army. And now, because the ceiling can't hold us, we are showing you one of them. Here we have Njord, the Varang Hersir. Njord, known as the Merciless, is the leader of the Varang Skin Changers. His weapon is the famous Bloody Axe, as thirsty for blood as its wielder. The Hersir are chief captains from the different Varang clans. They are entrusted with the vigilance and protection of determined lands. Let's just tell you now how a whole turn works, which includes an activation per player. The order of the activation is chosen at the beginning of the round. The player with the initiative decides who will activate first and who will follow. The order is maintained until the end of the round, when the initiative may or may not change hands. Regardless, the player with the initiative at the beginning of the new round will decide if they want to keep the existing order or if they want to change it. During that turn, each player can activate one of their units, and these can perform two simple actions or a longer single one. If we choose to do two actions, one of them must always be to move. This is important. The unit that is activating is the only one to perform actions. When the first player finishes activating their unit, they place an activation token on their profile, if this is the first time they activate. What if we wanted to activate the same unit yet again? Can we do that? We can, we could do so, sure. But then our unit will gain 1 stress token. Keep an eye on the morale value of the troops. If after a combat, the level of stress of the unit equals or surpasses their morale value, the troops must make a willpower roll to check if they demoralize and hit the road, or if they hold their position. When a turn is finished, we advance the turn tracker. If there are any events in the position we advance to, these activate after both players have had their activations. A player may choose to skip their turn solely if all the units on the battlefield have already activated. Thus, the tokens show these units are easier to spot. If both players choose to skip their turn, all events on the turn tracker are activated and we move on to the end of the round. This on the screen right now is our work calendar. Currently, the project is under construction, pure development, and yet we wanted to share it with all of you. Nevertheless, travelers, the official announcement of the game will happen at Adepticon 2024. Until that date comes, you will be able to play the beta demo and give us your feedback until we reach the moment of the official sale at GenCon 2024. It is very important, travelers, that you bear in mind that, like our game, this calendar is a work in progress, and thus change is susceptible to happen. Currently, however, this is our plan. We know that until the official presentation of the game, you would be eager to play it, so this is where you can play the beta demo and give us your feedback, which we are very looking forward to having. You can play the game at the Interplanetario in Vigo from August 18 to 20, at Nova Open from August 30 to September 3, at Freak Wars in Madrid from September 15 to 16, at Spiel Essen, October 5 to 8, at Southeast London Wargames Group in London on October 15, and at the GT of Talavera from November 3 to November 5. Thank you for joining us one more time, travelers. We hope you enjoyed the content of this video. Keep an eye on our socials and on our YouTube channel to get to know more and more of our upcoming wargame progressively. And as always, have yourselves a lovely day and stay very alert because the fog is already here.